Oh, hey guys. Today we are looking at the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss from Axial. Yeah, this is a RTR tire. This comes with their CJ7 model, the 10.3 platform. I don't think it comes with any others. I think that CJ7 is the only model that this tire comes on, but I could be wrong. Today, inside of the Baja Bosses, we are running dual stage foams from Boom Racing. These are the foams that are included with the Boom Racing Hustler. They work very well. They are a dual stage foam. They're not my favorite dual stage foam, but they do work very well in thicker carcass tires. They're not my favorite foam because they're undersized, but that lends itself well to a thick carcass tire. Quite a bit of side slide from the Baja Boss. Taking the harder line, and it's just getting harder and harder because we're just sliding down sideways. We're definitely gonna have a rollout coming up here, I think. So, oh, right there it's coming. Let's see. Let's back out of that. Oop, there it is. So I'm trying to find a way to back out of a rollout and reposition to avoid it. Mostly because this obstacle, we roll off it a lot, and a lot of times we bust open some rod links or rod ends quite a bit. We bust quite a bit, but you know, part breakage is part of the hobby. But I can see just from that performance that we need to take the high line. We're probably going to slide sideways down to the low line anyway. Yeah. Okay. This is what I don't want. Now, I need to get that front end out of that crack, because that passenger side front is going to lift as soon as that rear tire gets into that crack. If that rear tire will get over that crack, that's not bad. Okay, let's reposition now. I need the pivot from the rear end. That front end is light. The passenger side front, I think, is just barely up off the ground. See if I can settle it a little bit. Okay. I need more pivot, because if we don't get it, we're going to lift right now. There's the lift. See if we can settle. There's going to be more lift right now. Lots of lift. Settle. There we go. Okay. Now I need the pivot. I need the pivot. I need the pivot. Come on. There we go. You know, that's not awful. Mostly what we're dealing with on the difficulty there is side slide. Now see right here, we're able to mostly drive straight across. And this is because this part of the rock is not quite as steep, and we're also not dealing with those cracks. And that's why I like this side hill, is because it's not just a straight across flat rock where you're just saying, ooh, can the tire hold on at an angle? Like, we're dealing with uneven surface. We're dealing with a reposition. I think this side hill is probably my best obstacle in terms of testing a feature of a tire. Now, I don't think side hilling is the most important feature, but I don't think that you could test side hill much better than this obstacle, unless you want to test like an extreme, can a tire hold on at 65 degrees or something. So Baja Boss is doing pretty much what you would expect from an RTR tire. Too much side slide. A lot of that is going to be more of a compound issue than it is going to be a lug design issue. It just is what it is. But we were able to do it. We had a couple rollouts, but we have one or two. I think we had two. But ultimately, yeah, that's okay. That's a decent performance. Coming up to our second obstacle here, I think we might see a little bit of struggle from the Baja Boss. Because I don't think we got a lot of forward drive. I definitely don't think we're going to slow walk anything today. Yeah, we might not even be able to get up on here without wheel speed. Let's give it the old two-handed try. There we go. All right, now we'll try the slow walk like we do with everything. And to be fair, there's not very many tires that slow walk this obstacle. But I don't think the Baja Boss have a chance. We're not even getting up to where most tires do before they start having struggles. So I mentioned that the Baja Boss is an RTR tire that comes with a CJ7. The gross part is Axial also sells this tire on its own. And because they do that, you know, the tire is an RTR tire. And I would hope if you're watching this video honestly wanting to know if the Baja Boss is a good tire or not, you're doing that because you already have a set and you're trying to decide whether you should just run them or just replace them. Because to buy these tires, you're looking at $31.99 or $32.99? They're $32 a pair. So these tires are Proline prices because Axial and Proline are both owned by Horizon, who are no longer a company of people who know anything about the hobby, and they just think, oh, this is a tire and that's a tire, so they should all cost the same. So this is a ridiculous, like, if you were to buy these tires, you know, from Axial or from, you know, wherever you can buy them, and you pay $32 a set or $32 a pair, you're paying $64 a set for something that is doing this. So now we're going to see if we can even get up here with wheel speed. Ooh, that's ugly. That's not going to get up there. That's the wrong line. So bump is not too predictable. Reposition not good. There we go. Can I save that? Can I save it? Come on, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it. I think I can work with that. Okay. I don't think we have to worry about being pushed. So right here, you need a tire that can steer well. I call that positionability, where the steering will outsteer the push that comes from forward drive. And since we have very little forward drive, that is not an issue with the Baja Boss. My shadow is going to be in a lot of these shots. Sorry about that. Yeah, see, this is a problem. That's worse than the G-Made 1902, our little Class 1 tire that christened this obstacle. For me, that was just earlier today. 8 or 9 hours ago. Many videos ago. For you, it's been weeks. We're probably by now, you're probably watching this. I'm going to guess that this video is going to be uploaded for sometime in December, maybe even January. Actually, probably actually February, come to think of it, because I've got some videos for December already. All right. Can we at least hold? Oh, it's sliding back. It's sliding back. We can't. So poor hold, poor forward drive. Let's see if we can get the crab walk shuttle. I think we're definitely going to get upset here where this transitions to the higher ledge. Yep. Ooh, don't fall. Come on, don't fall. Absolutely just no grip. There we go. Baja Boss. So a tire that is modeled after the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss, but is not licensed, would be from J Concepts. They tend to do this. They, the Tusk is like a Mickey Thompson Baja Pro XS. I can't remember if it's the Rock Block or the Boss Man. One of them, I think it's I don't know. I think the Rock Block, the tread design on that is very much a Baja Boss. It could be the Boss Man. Actually, it's probably the Boss Man, right? That makes more sense. I didn't even think about that. That's probably why it's called the Boss Man. What if it's not? What if it's the other way around? Anyway, one of those two tires is modeled after this. So I've got a set. I've never driven them, but unfortunately I didn't bring those with me for this weekend, so it'll be an upcoming video in the spring. But we'll run those and ugh. I haven't had a tire today struggle with this obstacle, but it'll be really interesting to see how those compare, because these are not good. Okay, able to bump up. Not a bad bump. I mean, if you're gonna say something, the donkey kick there, it bumped straight. Sometimes you get an unpredictable bump and it's kind of a wild child, but that wasn't terrible. All right, this I really need to do something here. This is annoying because the front end just keeps getting shoved into that rock because this ground is just washed out from all the rain. So let's pause and correct that. I thought I had it corrected earlier, but I'm going to actually fix it. All right, let's see how that is. So this right here is not part of the obstacle. This is just getting off the obstacle, and yeah, there we go. I'm tired of crushing the front of my body. I need to do some repair work on my body now because of this obstacle. So, tired of that. Not a whole lot to say about the Boss Man, other than so far it's been awful, and I don't expect it to get any better. We're probably, quite honestly, getting to the point to where we're going to start failing a lot of obstacles. I think there's some obstacles coming up that it's not going to be able to do. But we'll see. As I like to say, I try not to have preconceived notions. I try not to be biased against the tire even while I'm driving it when I actively see it doing poorly. Just because it's bad at some things doesn't mean it's bad at everything. But then there's reality. And when you look at all the facts, we'll see. See if we can pull up here decently. Okay. I've seen worse. What we like to do here is we use the rear tire to push up on the lip here, and we use the side lug on this rock. And yeah, he was able to do that. Some tires walk up that a little easier, and now we're stuck on a part of the rock that's kind of dumb to get stuck on. Baja Boss is not the first Axial tire that we've run. We've run Nitto Trail Grapplers, the bigger ones. I haven't run them on camera yet. I've run Nitto Trail Grapplers, the narrow ones. That's gonna be a roll. That's bad. That's 100% tire. Upside down. I have run the narrow ones, and we'll do that on camera someday. And I actually think those are decent. I think, good grief, just no grip from the rear. I think that Ripsaws are pretty decent tires. But, so I don't think all Axial tires are garbage, but so far, I do think the Baja Boss are garbage. How am I stuck where I righted it? Good grief. Coming up on an obstacle. Yeah, let's see how this does. Obviously, we're not going to slow walk. We're getting lots of squeaks from the drive shafts. Definitely needs an oil. Okay. I mean, I would describe that as able to bully our way up. But you know what? It did it. And it did it without too much fuss. So I believe that would be repeatable. So I got to give it a pass there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. And then it fails the descent. And that descent, I mean, that's a failure. So we'll give that like a 50% if we were doing score. And I'm gonna have to check rod ends after this run. It's been a minute since we've broken a rod end, and not just because of this tire, but we've had a lot of rollouts since the last time I had to replace rod ends, so I have a feeling that's coming. Get that diff hung. And yeah, no traction to pull that off. There we go. And we come up to our steep hill climb. You know, it's been a while since I've had to throttle a tire up here. Everything lately has been able to do it with low to moderate wheel speed, I believe. Ooh, nope. God, we keep just falling on our ass too. Usually I can at least fall on the side and flip it. So I have a thought in my head that I'm going to save to the end of the video about the Axial Baja Boss. Okay, we got a bump on. There's no doubt about that. Oh, come on. I got to completely reposition. Because it hopped. Okay, keep with the wheel speed. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, again, able to bully our way up the obstacle. And stuff like that's difficult for me because technically that's a pass. But it's not pretty. It's not rock crawling. That's more like rock bouncing, right? Like, rock crawling is about precision. And the Baja Boss is not about precision. It is about grunt and just bullying your way through something. Which is not dissimilar from what the trail grappler was like. But the trail grappler, I think the lug on the trail grappler was just a little bit better for grabbing rocks. Not that that did good. I'm not saying that that was a good tire. The wide trail grappler, at least. But I think it did better than these. What do we keep getting hung on there? There's a rock sticking up. I'm gonna pull out of the ground there. It's like a little tip of a rock right here. And it keeps catching our body. Let's see if we can, oh, that's a big rock. No, it's not. It's just deep. Keeps catching our body. There's a rear bumper under the body on this, but it's catching just right. And annoying me. Not anymore. Okay. Can we hook the edge of this and creepy crawl? I want to creepy crawl something. We'll just bully our way up this too, I guess. Yeah. That's what the Baja Boss is just a bully. Okay, loose gravel hill climb. We have a closed lug. The lug is close together. And we have a bad compound just not a good tire altogether. Let's see if we can slow walk this, or if we have to bully our way up this as well. You know, actually it's doing better than I thought it would. We're still slow walking. Okay, well. Right on the top. Give it a little bit of juice, but overall, that's pretty good. Oh, the spot at the top where we had to give it the juice was, there's a spot up there where there's actual, like, big rocks that are set into the ground where you would be doing rock crawling. That's where it struggled. I would describe the Baja Boss as most definitely a trail tire. Definitely not something that you're going to want to take rock crawling. If you have a set of these because they came on your CJ7, or maybe you found some in the trash or somebody gave them to you, go ahead and just throw them back in the trash. They're not worth anything. They're not worth running. And here's the thing. This is what I said I thought of when I was on the rocks. When I was down there, and I said, I just thought of something. I have a thought in my head. I'll tell you at the end. Do you remember on the last Boom Racing Aggressor video, I said the Aggressor is a tire that takes the fun out of rock crawling? This does the same thing. That wasn't fun. I don't have to have a tire be good to be fun. There's a lot of tires that I've driven that are not good that I still had fun. I didn't have fun driving these. It was stressful. It was annoying. And I'm more exhausted after that 19-ish minutes of driving than I have been in any video I've shot recently. Probably the Aggressors was the last video that made me this annoyed and exhausted. And that alone, that's worth avoiding. Have a good one, everybody.